this past week on NXT, Grayson Waller tried to do his best CM Punk impression. He came out into the ring. We haven't seen Grayson Waller in a little bit. He called out the NXT locker room, saying that anybody that's worth being called up in this entire locker room is on the women's side, that none of the men, or most of the women for the most part, aren't hungry enough to get there. They just worried about their Instagram following, and also called out his former tag team partner, Austin Theory, saying that he was carrying around 240 pounds of dead weight. And he's still a loser despite the bells and whistles, aka the vision that they surround with him. Where do you rank this? I know we talked about it and you thought very highly of it yesterday. Do we just have one pipe bomb from here on out? Is everyone else just a cheap imitation? Or did you think the Grayson Waller promo was good? Would it have been better without the CM Punk existing in the ether? Now everything gets compared to that.
I don't think it matters either way. I think maybe the term pipe bomb wouldn't be used in this case. It would just maybe be a fiery promo or whatever the case may be, like just a hot promo. I don't really want to compare it to CM Punk. It's different. There's been other pipe bomb promos over the years. To me, I'm not going to compare it. It's on its own, just like CM Punk was on its own. Like it's two totally different things. It's like CM Punk was more about, calling out the corporate side of WWE and that more so of that versus Grayson Waller was not calling out corporate. He was calling out the locker room. He was calling out his colleagues, his peers. To me, like that was the highlight of NXT. Like when I put it on and I watched it with my daughter and she's like, and she forgot about who he was because that's how relevant he's been in the last few years. And I go, do you remember Austin Theory? And she, she doesn't like the vision. She goes, wait, they were a tag team? I was like, yeah, they were champions at one point. She goes, this guy's pretty good. I like him. I was like, I know. He's like Grayson Waller, no doubt about it. He's entertaining. He's always been good on the microphone. I think we can go back to the different shows he's hosted in the ring, things like that. I'm never worried about Grayson Waller in the ring from a microphone perspective. But I was just wondering what he was missing, and I think we found it last night. He showed so much fire, like it was to me probably the best promo of the year of all brands, right? And I think the issue. Maybe I'm going a little heavy on that, but I think overall, best promo of the year I've seen so far.
Well, the issue I have with it's not the promo itself; it's the location, right? And that is, that's like going to minor league baseball and saying that I'm going to take over, right? It's how NXT is full of developmental people, and it's the developmental brand. I think this would have been if Grayson Waller is serious about really becoming something overnight, about really getting himself back in the tag team title picture at WrestleMania, if you will, or getting back on the Mania card. He should have done it on you got to do it on Raw or SmackDown. I feel like doing it on NXT. I mean, that's the place where you try things out. That's the whole point of NXT is to try things out, see if it sticks, see if it matters. Calling out NXT people and going after the NXT belt, you just called them a bunch of losers anyway. So you becoming the king of the losers, you becoming the NXT champion doesn't really say much for Grayson Waller.
Fair, though,
I think he could have been NXT champion a long time ago. No one thinks that. He's been on the main roster. Once you get called up.
Though, he's not. He was talking about the current state of NXT, not because he was saying the NXT champion stands for way better than what it's showing right now. He was listing guys like Finn Balor, Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn. Like he was going through a list, and then he was talking about the current state. He's like, "There's no comparison." Like he was. I think he was alluding to, "It's my time to come down. I'm going to come down here. I'm going to get this title, and then I'm going to get myself back where I need to be, which is on the main roster." And I definitely think he can do it. Here's the thing. He's not what he said. A lot of it was not wrong. Like when I watch NXT and like, I'm more, I don't want to say I'm casual. I definitely watch NXT more than I will watch like an AEW or TNA. Like I still watch those two, but I do watch NXT, enough, not as much as Raw or SmackDown, but I watch enough to know what's going on because that's the future of the business right there. And when I watch the female competitors, the women's division is head and shoulders better than what the men are bringing right now. Like the women are bringing the fire. Like we have so much depth in the NXT roster. There's a handful of ladies down there right now that could take spots from main roster females right now. I can't really say that about the men's division. There's only a couple guys, and one of them just got there. One of them just got there from TNA. Like he could be. I mean, he could be. Cruz Montana could be. He could be on the main roster right away. Honestly, like I could buy that. Like I like what he's done. We saw him last year. At TNA. I think Grayson Waller was onto something, and I'm glad he found his fire. Bailey loved it. You know who else liked that Grayson Waller promo? A guy that probably has a little bit more pull in WWE than maybe want to give him credit for. John frickin' Cena, the GOAT. So if John Cena likes it, John Cena knows the business better than you and I. I'm gonna say, hey, great job, Grayson Waller. Now let's see what happens next, because whatever happens after this means a lot, because that could just be we could be talking about this 2 years from now and be like, man, that promo was good, but what did he do after? Nothing.
Exactly.
So
I will say,
I worry about, but I think this, if they do it right, there could be something there that we haven't seen yet, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do with him.
I'm very curious about why he said all the things he did about Austin Theory, because to be fair, I mean, I kind of during that tag team thought that Austin Theory, because let's be real, Austin Theory wasn't the nobody. Austin Theory also kind of side railed a pretty successful-ish singles career to be in that tag team as well. So, I don't know what he means by dead weight with Austin Theory. Austin Theory was facing John Cena at WrestleMania 39, right?
Under the new regime, Austin Theory hasn't been what he was. Like, he was Vince's guy. He was a Vince guy. Austin was definitely a Vince guy. And I'm not talking about Stone Cold Steve Austin. Austin Theory was a Vince guy. And then once everything happened with Vince, then his stock went down. So I can see what Grayson Waller's talking about, because this new regime, he's been part of the
so Austin Theory has kind of a gripe though, right? Because he said his stock went down. So maybe he's just like, hey, you know what I mean? My stock has gone down too for no reason. I was doing great, and then you stuck me with Grayson Waller. Grayson Waller was never feuding with John Cena at WrestleMania by himself. He was at WrestleMania as a tag team. So, I mean, that's I guess Austin Theory could do the pipe bomb. But
here's the thing, though.
Maybe we'll see if he does a follow up. I'm very curious.
Grayson Waller made a great point. Austin Theory is good in the ring, but give him a microphone, he drops the ball. Because Austin Theory is not good on the stick. And guess who is? Grayson freaking Waller is probably a top 10 on the microphone in all of wrestling. That's the thing. Grayson Waller has been so underrated because he's been underutilized. Put a microphone on Grayson Waller. He is that good on the microphone. I think he's good enough in the ring to do some damage. But where his real talent is, he can cut things like this pipe bomb that he had this past week. Just give him the opportunity. Grayson has a great look. He's a great build, great character. He knows how to talk. Just give him the baton, see what he can do in the ring, and give him a real push. And then guess what? If he fails, he fails. But you got to at least give him the ball and let him run.